Hi, I'm Kelly Wright. This is The Resilient Grove. This is a gathering place for honest conversations about healing, resilience, and the courage it takes to grow through life's hardest seasons. Let's take a moment before we begin. I invite you all to join us. Close your eyes, take a deep breath in, and a deep breath out. Make yourself comfortable, and let's get started. Hi, Allyson.
Hello.
I don't even know how to pronounce your last name. What is it?
Brothag.
Brothag, okay. Well, we're going to skip that part out.
Okay.
Okay. Hi, Allyson.
Hello.
So we met at the health and wellness fair that I put together not last year, the year before.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
And then afterwards, a group of us moms got together and we were like, hey, we think we need a farmer's market. And you are the queen girl. You put it together in a jiffy last year to have that pop up.
We did 30 days. It was in.
Was it really 30 days?
It was right at 30 days, yeah.
I mean, you're a rock star. And then now this year we have it from June to October.
Yep.
So I want to go backwards.
Okay.
Let's start talking about you. So
okay.
Just tell us about Allyson. What drives you?
Oh gosh, I just like to do things, right? So I feel like I can never just be sitting still. But I'm a mom of 2 here in Olmsted Township. We have been here this will be our 6th summer.
Okay.
Really excited. We love it here. And by day, I work in revenue operations, so if people know what that is, great. If not, it's just a fancy term to say I manage databases for a software company. And by night, I am now a soccer coach.
Are you?
Somehow, I am now coaching soccer for my oldest. I have the co-op with the community garden and the farmers market. I'm also very active in the PTA here.
Yes, you are.
In the school district, so.
I think that's how I initially heard about who you were.
Yeah, probably. I was in I was doing early childhood, the early childhood PTA for a while. Now that we aged out, I'm more in the school district, and next year I will be the PTA council president.
I love that.
Yeah.
So so let's start with the co-op. So what inspired you to start the co-op?
Yeah, so with the co-op,
First of all, what is a co-op?
A co-op is just it's a way to say bringing the community together to share common skills, ideas,
Is it meant to be like cooperation?
Yeah, we all work together to bring something to fruition, right?
Okay. So apparently Olmsted Township didn't have one before?
We didn't have one before, and so we have about 2.5 acres here in the township, which is really unusual, right? And we have a big garden and a big backyard, and when our friends would come over, they'd be like, oh, I wish I could garden, but we have a small yard, or we have a dog and a playground and all of this stuff in our yard, or I don't even know where to start.
So the seeds we're planting in your head.
Right, yes, exactly.
Okay.
And people just don't know where to start. How much is the cost to do all this and stuff like that? So I actually...
When is this? When did you start putting all this together?
So that was November of 2024, so that November.
Oh, right around the same time?
Yeah, right?
Well, the Health and Wellness Fair, health and wellness fair
so
was July of 24.
It was right before you started that.
Okay. So we're all kind of thinking the same thing at the same time, all in our own little parts of Olmsted Township.
Like that 6 degrees of separation.
Yeah,
right?
and then I had the wellness fair, and then we finally all get to meet each other.
Yep.
That's amazing.
So I had actually reached out to the township administrator, and I was like, hey, I have this idea. I would love to do a community garden. There's a lot of people I think that would have interest in it. What are your thoughts? And he said the same thing. He's like, we do get inquiries every year. Could we is there a community garden, or where can we do this? Blah blah blah. Things like that. And he was like, we would be willing to support someone if they
just didn't
could do the operational standpoint, right? They would help give us the land and do the initial setup, but it was the day-to-day management.
Yeah.
That's a lot, right?
Yeah.
We run very lean in the township administration building. And I heard it, so I was like, okay, cool, why not start a nonprofit?
So you were willing to take that role on?
Yep, exactly.
Wow.
So by the time that all started, it was March. So March was the 1-year anniversary of the co-op.
Okay.
When I did everything with the state of Ohio to become a 501c3. And then we just started rolling with it. We were looking at plans. We both had the idea to have that plot of land over by the dog park and the Red Barns for the community garden. The township was great. They had a grant already, so they were able to do the plot, like dig out the fence and get the 26 garden beds.
Okay.
And then everything else is on the co-op.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow, okay. So it's just basically a whole bunch of people planting seeds, and then you were like, hey, I was actually just talking to somebody yesterday about that. A lot of people have great ideas, but a lot of people don't take that initiative, that next step to move forward, right? And that's what makes us different, is that we have that initiative, we have that spark.
And I think we're looking for something for ourselves, right?
Yeah.
I have a full-time job, but I'm doing that to support my family. I do the PTA, I'm in PTA, right? But I'm there to support the teachers and the parents and the students. And this is something where I was like, I could start it from the ground up. Like, it was kind of like my thing to like own and see it through. And honestly, never did I think it would go like this.
Well, I think it's because all of us got together and we all had the same ideas and we were all ready to go. But just because there's 4 of us, you're the one that kind of does most of it, right?
That's probably my type A personality.
Well, believe me, because we all have our own projects, right?
You all have your own businesses, right? And so, like, that's where it's like we have each other, but this is like, this was my like, it's my thing to help guide other people through. Do you know what I mean?
Believe me, I am so happy, because after doing the health and wellness fair, I realized that I don't want to do that.
Well, in a previous life, I managed events. So to me, I'm like, oh, fill out the forms, do this, do that. Like,
and I'd much rather just be the vendor, right? I'm fine with giving the ideas, but I'd just rather be the vendor. So thank you for doing all that work.
No problem.
So, all right, so the garden is, just talk about where you are right now with that.
The garden is open. It's
people are
sold out
now?
Well, we're gonna.
The weather.
This weather has been really bad. Hopefully this weekend people can get in there and start actually putting their plants in if they'd like.
So the beds are all in, I saw.
Beds are all in. They're completely sold out. They're all full of the dirt mix. So really, it's just we're waiting on Mother Nature to tell us that we can plant now.
So how do you plan on putting the whoever sponsors the bed? How do you plan on putting the logo on there?
So for those that have sponsored the beds, we're actually going to have more of like a plaque that we can change out year over year, and it'll probably be on the barn. And it'll be like, garden bed sponsored by.
Got it.
Yeah, because I was like, I thought that would be weird if like one has it and someone else's doesn't. But then we can use it at the farmers market.
Yes.
And it can kind of go with us to all of our events that we might do to show like, here's the community that supports us.
I love that.
Yeah.
And all 26 got sponsors.
Not all 26 have sponsors. I think we have a total of 6 sponsors. But all 26 garden beds have a gardener.
Got it. Okay.
Yep. And one actually was donated, it was like sponsor donated, and we'll use it for the farmers market so that we actually will have fresh produce this year.
Which is what we struggled with last year.
We struggled with that. Yeah.
Okay. So what's been the biggest challenge of starting this co-op?
I think just trying to get it all done within a certain amount of time, right?
Why did you feel like you had that time?
I had the time crunch definitely for the garden, right? Because we wanted it for this spring. And it was just a matter of schedules working out, making sure you had the volunteers that could help, because we're not a membership-based organization. So, like you have the garden club here, and the members are who volunteers and does everything. We have a board, and we did lean heavily on the gardeners this year. They helped come out and fill up the garden beds, which was great. We had the Boy Scouts come out, and they were able to help build all the garden beds. The high school helped as well. The
agriculture,
the shop class, So we did have other outside organizations help. It's just trying to organize that and making sure you can hit those deadlines so you don't fall back, and then people are like, oh, well, now I won't have time to garden or get my stuff in the ground.
So as you've been doing this, and as you've been, I think that's one of my next questions, but I'll wait for that for later. Okay, so beyond the co-op, what do you love most about living here? You said you moved here 6 years ago. Why?
We like hopped the fence from North Olmsted to over here. Most of it was we needed a bigger house. We still wanted land, and it was the right opportunity at the right time. We moved in winter of COVID, 6 weeks before Christmas.
Oh, wow.
With a 6-month-old and a 2-year-old. So we were in the thick of it. But it was like the right time, right place. We love the school district. It's been great. We've met so many families that we love being with.
I moved here for the exact same reason.
So it was just meant to be. Yeah.
I love this. So, okay, so that's my question. So you got the co-op, you got your full-time job, you got the kids, you got the PTA. Now that the co-op has been running, do you feel like you can manage it all?
Yeah, so
it's not taking too much of your energy?
No, it's a lot of Post-it notes to keep track of.
You know what I started doing, which makes so helpful? I have the giant Post-it notes now.
Oh, yes.
And I have in my office and like along the wall so I can see all my projects huge because the little Post-it notes, I was growing out of them.
Right. And I need to write things down.
A visual. I need to see.
Yeah. Where my husband, he needs it in a calendar in the phone.
Oh, so
I'm doing double duty on a lot of things, but it's fine. But we get it all done. And
is he a part of the co-op as well?
Yes.
A silent partner.
He's like, oh, an idea, eh? And I was like, yeah. And then, no, he has been absolutely great. I can't say enough about him.
I love that.
How much he's helped and all the other dads that we have that have been helping us. It's been great. But
it's just like a family thing.
Yeah, there's actually, I would say the community garden is 50-50. 50% are families that bought a plot, and the other 50% are just someone that wants to garden.
Huh.
And a lot of them live in the apartments right over there by the nature trail.
Perfect.
Because they don't have space. Yeah.
Wow.
And that's one thing I didn't realize when we first initially moved here. I didn't realize how many townhouse and apartments we have where people don't get
don't
to
have
be
that option.
outside.
Yeah, don't have a yard.
Yeah, they don't get to just sit out there and enjoy nature like that. So they have to go somewhere. So that's also like a great spot for us.
So let's talk about this year. We got the farmers market from June to October.
Yes, the farmers market will be June through October, the second Sunday of the month from 12 to 3 p.m. And it'll be over by the community garden. So we're setting up in front of the community garden. There's that extra green space that's there, and we'll probably like curve up and around the path a little bit.
Okay.
Parking will be on site for all attendees. We'll have vendors off-site parking, which will be nice this year.
Yeah.
And the township has been, again, great to work with. And they see this growing, which is great. So we've already started kind of talking through like parking. We all know parking is at a premium at all of our spaces, right? Even at like East River and stuff, like parking is small, right? Like when you had that vendor fair. So we've been trying to think through different ideas on that, but we really want to get the roots in the ground on the farmers market before we make any big changes and move it.
So that's my next question. How do you see, well, first of all, this year, we had a surplus of vendors who wanted, we actually had to turn some away.
Yes, so we have 20 solidified that are going to be at all the markets. And the majority of them will be at every single market. We have a few that can only do a few. It's really great, though, to see that we had a surplus. The reason we couldn't bring them all was we're trying to make sure, and we don't want, we want like just a few vendors for each thing. We're just not that big yet. Once we grow, we can always add more. So
that's my next question. So how do you see it growing, not only the farmers market, but the co-op growing over the next few years?
Yeah, I would love to see it grow with more hands-on workshops. Now that the community garden, like the initial build is done, right? It's just maintenance from here on out. We're not going to have to do all that shoveling of dirt and building of garden beds. So it'll lend more time to doing more workshops like container gardening. We did a beekeeping class in January, which we had 13 people signed up for. No, we did that over at the Old Town Hall.
Oh, okay.
But we had 13 people join us for it, and many of them started their own hives this spring, which was great. Love to do like a maple sugaring class because we have a lot of maple trees in our backyard, and it's it's easy to once you learn these things, you can start doing them yourself.
I love that. So do you lead the classes?
No, so we had one of our vendors did the beekeeping class for us, and I've got some feelers out with some people that do. I see that they tap their own maple trees. I'm like, well, if you're tapping, you want to come in and explain to us how to do it.
Amy and Shannon hooked up and they're doing bread classes together.
Yes, I saw that. They're doing bread classes. Even like a garden to table little like potluck or something.
Yeah, I would love to see how Amy makes the goat milk soap. All of that stuff. I mean, there's a need, if you notice on social media, I mean, everybody's videotaping their lives now. It's like the Truman Show everywhere, right? Everybody's videotaping their lives. And what's very popular are farmers markets and farms and natural living. And so I feel like we're on the cusp of where we should be at now, like,
Yeah.
right? Like people are now starting to look like, oh wait, hey, we got this right in our backyard.
Yep. Yeah, we actually, that's the other one. We have a composting class, a backyard composting class
Perfect.
in May. It's on May 18th, and it'll be at the Old Town Hall again, over by the fire station. But that one I'm very excited for because I have a composter sitting in my garage for multiple years.
Yeah.
Again, another idea I had, and we just haven't started.
I love this. Well, okay, so how do you feel like, I mean, it's already made an impact already, but how do you feel like it's going to bring, Olmsted Township and Olmsted Falls is, known as
Yep.
two separate things right now, and I like to bridge gaps. So
Yeah.
how do you feel like our co-op, your co-op, and the farmers market
Yeah.
can bridge that gap?
I think the farmers market really is it's highlighting our makers here in Olmsted Township and Olmsted Falls. I'd say about 40% of them are from here. And that's great, and I love seeing that. And it's a place that we can call our own, and I'm open to ideas. You have ideas, email them in or like comment how we can make it better. And it just like shows like all the people that we have in our community.
Do you foresee like the actual garden space growing more, like to get more beds and?
Yeah, I would love to see more beds in the future. I know that there have been some residents in Olmsted Falls that are like, oh my gosh, I would love to have a garden. So if anyone's listening and anyone's out there, like let me know. Like I am willing to help guide people through that process as well.
For their own home garden?
Well, either for their own home garden or like if Olmsted Falls wants to put a community garden in as well, like here's the steps on how to do it. Like,
okay.
I've been through it. And if they have the space, they can
What
they can
about
put it in.
letting Olmsted Falls come to the farmers market and the co-op?
Yeah,
that you have?
I think it depends on how many more beds I can get.
Yeah.
Like we really sold out within like 2 weeks.
Really?
Yeah. So
that's growth. We can
Exactly.
look at that next year and see
Yeah.
how the farmers markets go this year, and the
Yep.
more people that now that we have it every month this year, it's going to be
Yeah.
a lot better.
Agreed.
Yeah. So it's just going to grow up
think
from
it'll be
here.
great.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the next question. How can people in the community support or get involved? So become, like you said earlier, sponsor, donors. So go ahead and take it away.
Yeah.
How can people get involved?
So we have various sponsorship levels on our website.
And that's the Olmsted Township Co-op?
Yes, it's Olmsted Township Co-op, all one word, .com.
Okay.
And we have the sponsorships up there, and you can also just make an in-kind donation of any monetary value that you'd like. And that money goes towards the maintenance of the garden, but also making sure we have everything we need for the farmers market, the tents that we might be using, safety vests, the signage, all of that stuff. Also bringing in some of these workshops and stuff too. We do like a donation back to them, or we need to pay the presenter, things like that.
Yeah.
So there's different ways that you can donate and help support it grow.
And then for businesses, they can sponsor and they can.
Yes. So the majority, I think everyone has done, it's called the Seed Supporter.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Yeah, the Seed Supporter. And that is like sponsoring a garden bed. So it was like everything that it took to get that garden bed started. And like I said, their names will be on a plaque. We'll have that at the farmers markets. We highlight the businesses on our website. They get posts on social media.
And I see that growing
handouts.
every year too.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It'll
okay.
be great.
Okay, so that's one piece of advice if somebody wanted to start something like this, a co-op like this.
Yeah, I think you just have to put the pen to paper, honestly, like I did. I had notes. I actually was taking...
Did you know how a co-op functions, or like did you have that background?
I think being in work, like volunteering for PTA as a nonprofit, I at least had a lot of background on how a nonprofit would work and what you need to do to start it. The rest just kind of, like, it all just falls into place. So once you like start writing out your ideas and you take your notes, and you got to like dig into the internet.
You got to open the door of that possibility, and then it starts to grow and bloom.
And I think if it's something that you really
are passionate about,
yes, you feel passionate about it and you love it.
Yeah,
it's just gonna
it's gonna grow naturally.
It's gonna do it.
Yeah, you got to let yourself do it.
Exactly. Yeah.
So if anybody needs help, come to Allyson. Huh?
Yeah, actually, I'm here. I'm willing to help. Like ask questions.
Yeah.
I'll guide you.
Okay. So personally, what is one piece of advice you would like to give your younger self?
I think don't take yourself so seriously, and that like what you say you're going to do from graduation of high school and like your trajectory is what it's going to be. Because, I mean, like I said, I wanted this to grow, right? I wanted this to blossom, but I didn't realize it would do it so quickly and there'd be so much support around it. Like,
So,
until you do it.
Like, we raise our kids to think that you had to pick what you want to do in college,
Yes.
and that's going to be your life for the rest of your life. And for me, that was, I mean,
I love what I do.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I did what I did.
Yeah.
But like, there's a point where I think you turn a certain age.
Yeah.
And you realize, like, what am I working towards?
Yeah.
Right?
What am I doing?
So now here's this thing.
So don't be so tunnel vision.
Yes.
And be open to push yourself out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
I think it's okay.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah. I am
Can you
too.
like do a little show of
Oh,
your
my
shirt?
my tomato
I love
shirt.
it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Oh, and I have my farmer's market bracelets on.
Oh,
yeah.
you are in it, girl.
I love it.
All right. Well, we will see you in June.
Perfect.
All
Can't
right.
wait.